Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for Monday, June 7th, 2021. But as always, my intention is for a spiritual meaning to come through so that it's timeless and we can get help no matter what day it is. Right? Time is just an illusion anyway, right? It's just, we have this time-space continuum here on Earth, but in our spirit world from which we hail, there's no such thing as time. It's all eternal. Oops. Okay. Interesting. Okay, just one more card there then. So we have Death, Rebirth. Queen of Swords is in the center, which would be the theme. Okay. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Interesting. So two major arcanas for the day. So with the Queen of Swords being the theme, well, she's all about independence. She's all about a clear, free-thinking mind that works, independently from anyone else. She gets her cues from within. She's clear and clean. She's done the work to get to the place where she can see which way she's going, because she's been through hell and back, actually. The Queen of Swords is often, someone who's gone through divorce at least once, has gone through betrayal, has gone through all the pain that gets you to the place with the Queen of Cups, where there's emotional purification, and so therefore your mind is clear because you've done the psychological work. The only challenge that I would ever say with the Queen of Swords is just because you know something doesn't mean that it's appropriate to say it to someone else, right? But just for us, on our own personal levels, this is all about thinking quickly and organizing our reality in a way that is aligned with truth, with the absolute truth of love. And, it's just all about a high level of intelligence, because her reasoning abilities are at the peak of, being truthful and organized. So this could be like your organizational genius within, and the place where you tell the truth to other people if they ask, right? And like I said, she's all about being very independent. She creates her own reality based on what she's learned in the past and what she wants for the future. Now, with the Death Rebirth card here, this tells me that, you have to go through a lot of ego deaths to get to this place where you're really clear and clean, where your mind works efficiently. And this is a card, the Death Rebirth card is it's all about big changes. Usually like life-changing situations. Like I've gotten this card every time I've moved house. Let's see, what else? Also the Death Rebirth. It feels like it's, with death and rebirth, yeah. Ego death, yeah. But just aspects of the unhealthy ego. We do need, I want to make clear that the way I believe the ego works is that we need the ego in order to function in our lives. If we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't have a personality, and we wouldn't be able to balance our checkbooks and earn a living, anything like that. We wouldn't even know our own names. At least that's my belief in it. But to completely get rid of the ego, completely get rid of the ego, no, that's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that we have to let go of the unhealthy aspects of the ego, which brings in letting go of our unhealthy pride and our unhealthy fear, Like there's healthy pride, like when you're proud of someone that you love, or you're proud of things that you've accomplished. But unhealthy pride sets ourselves above others and puts us in a, superior or inferior position, and that's not healthy. We're all equal. And sometimes the unhealthy pride can put us in, having it's usually either an overblown ego where you put yourself above somebody else, or it's a weak ego where you put somebody else on a pedestal. So finding that balance, getting to that clear place in your mind where you can find that balance of understanding the healthy aspects of the ego. And then there's healthy fear as well. With healthy fear, that's like, oh, I feel like there's a bus coming around the corner, and your senses perk up. But to live in day-to-day fear of things that could happen, what helped me heal that was and I was like that when I was younger, and I think I was probably filtering through a lot of past life trauma because I didn't know it at the time, but I had lifetimes where my whole family was wiped out, my whole tribe was wiped out, that kind of thing as a, Native American. And then I had another lifetime where I literally died in a gas chamber. So those kind of echoes from the past can still be in our soul memory. And what helped me was to realize, I just woke up one day and realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm 40-something, and nothing that bad has ever happened. So why am I still worrying about this? Or worrying about something happening. Like I used to worry about my eldest. Well, it didn't help that he was just so full of energy you could hardly set him still. And I never wanted him to just sit still. I wanted him to be free. Well, he grew up and became a firefighter, and so he used the energy in a different way, and I just had to let him grow up. But I always felt like he was constantly I'd wake up every day and just say, "Dear God, please don't let anything happen to him," because he would do crazy things. I mean, they're too numerous to mention. So that place where we're afraid of something happening that most likely will not happen, it takes a lot of work to get clear to that place where you can just sail freely, like the Queen of Swords goes in the direction. And she's been through, like I said, hell and back with in the transformation process. And you know what? There aren't any butterflies here, but let me show you in the traditional Rider-Waite. And also, it'll take forever to pull out the Queen of Swords in this deck, but the Thelema Tarot has, I would say, probably the most beautiful rendition of the Queen of Swords. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. There she is. Okay. Notice the butterflies up here. Notice the butterfly here. Notice the child here. Notice the butterflies everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but on her crown is the most important place to notice, and on her throne. So butterflies are all about transformation, of course. So she's been, like I said, through hell and back. And I'm sure you can relate to that. I'm sure we all have that place that we've been through hell realms and we're home. We're not there anymore. So just to remember that it's really just all about overcoming fears and unhealthy pride, unhealthy ego. And when we do that, then we don't have to kick in the self-will that pushes ourselves all the time to be something that we're not. All we have to do is name our fears and feel the fear and do it anyway, as long as it's, of course, safe. But then the combo here with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, sometimes this can have us stuck, and we're stuck in the fear, I think, the fear of the big change. But the big change is coming anyway. If this card had come through reverse, I would say with the combo of this two, like, wow, man, we're really stuck. We got to work through something. But it didn't. It was just this one that came through reverse. So I think it really is just more of a delay. I think this is, we are moving towards that new moon solar eclipse on June 10th in Gemini, with the North Node in Gemini, which has to do with, gathering information and communication and thinking about things from many different angles. And it also has, with the eclipse, the new moon eclipse, my goodness, we have, I think, Mercury and Venus, Mercury's retrograde, Venus, and then we have the sun and the moon, all in Gemini. So it's all about getting clear and then moving forward. And with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I think it's just more of a delay. But with the new moon coming up, that's always a time to set your intentions. New moons are always about setting intentions. But when it's an eclipse like that, and especially a solar eclipse, and especially on the North Node, you can set your intentions and they will be received in a very, very powerful way. Just remember, it is spiritual law that the universe is bound by law to receive you. So as long as you're clear, and these cards are about clearing. This is about clearing the way for a brand new life and clear thinking. Just set your sails, set your sights, for what it is that you want to create, and then be willing to wait for it. It's just a temporary delay right now, but I think right after the, or maybe even tomorrow, and right after the new moon eclipse, I think things are going to open up. Because this is the only reversal here. And I'm not perfect. Maybe this one shouldn't have been reversed. If it shouldn't have been, then this would be being at the top of your game. You're willing to take the risk. Notice the little dice around her, like little fuzzy dice around her neck, and then check out her face. I mean, she's really happy there. It's like, yay! So we can work with it straight up as well, which has everything to do with turning your own wheel of fate, exercising your free will, and creating, good fortune for yourself. I tend to not believe in good or bad luck. I believe we create our own reality. Well, these cards are definitely powerful in that department. So, okay, well, I think that's all I have. In summary, I would just say put some good intentions out there for what it is that you want to create for this new moon solar eclipse that's happening on June 10th. And I believe it's at 19, I don't have my notes in here, they're in the kitchen. 19 degrees Gemini. I'm sure it's at 19 degrees Gemini. So wherever 19 degrees Gemini lands in your chart, in your natal birth chart, would be the house that the intentions can be really powerfully received. Very, very powerful. And it'll last for at least, it could last for a good 6 months or longer. But you know how it works when you have a creative opening, it shifts your reality for forever. It's, nothing's the same. You have a whole new life and a whole new lease on life. So, yeah, I think that's it for now. I'll try to remember for tomorrow's reading to talk about a little bit more on the new moon solar eclipse, if need be. You guys can always drop in questions too, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you don't have your birth chart, just go to like astro.com or cafeastrology.com, and you have to know your exact birth time, but you put all your data in, and you'll see your chart, and then you can look and see where the new moon eclipse is falling in your chart and what polarity that north and south node will be in as well. Between which houses. So, okay, well, that's it for now. I'll be back soon. Take good care. Bye.